Some call her Africa's richest woman, but in her home country of Angola, she is known by her nickname, the Princess. The eldest daughter of the former president, José Eduardo dos Santos, rejects the title and says she is a self-made billionaire.
I'm just a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I work in 60 countries. I work in South America. I work in Asia. I work in Europe. And I work in technology, so I don't work with government contracts.
But in December, all of that changed when a court accused Dos Santos and her husband of causing the state to incur more than $1 billion in losses through a scheme that involved two state-owned companies transferring foreign currency abroad and never being repaid. All of her assets inside the country have been frozen. She says it impacts thousands of her employees.
And these are private sector companies. This is thousands of employees. These are daily operations, things like supermarkets that have to open every day and sell.
But Rafael Marques de Moraes, a journalist and researcher from Angola, said the corruption under President Dos Santos and his family was pervasive and fairly out in the open. He cited an example of Isabel dos Santos receiving a 50 million euros loan by a state-owned bank to set up a brewery and then seeking to repay it at a much lower rate in the local currency.
There was in Angola what I called in my thesis the transparency of looting. So it was right in the people's face. It was evident. There was no much effort in trying to hide the way President dos Santos was doling out state resources, state funds, public state banks' loans to his own children.
De Moraes said if this type of illicit activity happened in another part of the world, it would be given a simple name.
Is what in Europe, in the US, and in Angola is called money laundering.
A leaked trove of documents by a group of investigative journalists showing mismanagement and embezzlement of public funds has now put the Dos Santos case back in international headlines, and Angola's chief prosecutor says she could face an international arrest warrant. Dos Santos' husband, Sindica do Colo, who is named in the charges, said there has been no evidence put forth to date that he or his wife have benefited from corruption. He is determined to fight the charges.
I have never heard of corrupt kleptocrats as being the first job creators in their country.